Another Tuesday night, another high school hockey night doubleheader here on 10 Band TV. I'm Matt Geico. Welcome to the broadcast. Our first game this evening from Printscape Arena in South Point, PA. The first place North Allegheny Tigers visit the Canon Mac Big Macs. Thank you to Massage Envy McCandless, one of our season sponsors and our title sponsor for this broadcast. 7 o'clock start, just moments away. There you see North Allegheny in its trademark black and gold, and Canon Mac in the white with the blue and the gold. North Allegheny coming into tonight's game with a 5-1 record, and they have been pouring in the goals this year. They're averaging exactly 5 in their 6 outings, and their last 3 have been especially prolific in that category, as they have 19 over their past 3, including a 5-1 win against Upper St. Clair last week at home. But now the Tigers are back on the road for the 4th time this season. Their only loss so far has come on the road, at Pine Richland, but that was just by 1 single goal in a 5-4 result 4 weeks ago. Other than that, NA has already been in here and already won a game. They beat Peters Township 2-1 back in week 2, and they traveled to the Alpha Ice Complex in Warrendale to beat Central Catholic Vikings 7-2 2 weeks ago. So for head coach Andrew Cease, he's got a powerhouse offense yet again. He's got a contending team yet again. It's all very familiar for NA hockey fans. As for Canon Mac coach Chuck Fink and his Big Macs, they're still in search of win number 1 on the season. They matched up against Baldwin last week in our first game on the Hockey Night doubleheader here on 10 Band, and they dropped a tight one to Baldwin. Both teams came into that game at 0-4. So now Canon Mac, the lone winless team in the 11 squad Class AAA, but some positives to glean from last week in that 4-3 loss to Baldwin. First of all, the Big Macs scored before the third period for the first time this season last week. They got a couple before the end of the second, and they also scored their first power play goal of the season in that one as well. And honestly, the penalty kill has been a tremendous bright spot as well for Canon Mac. They haven't scored a lot of goals, but they have not yet allowed a power play goal on the season. That's right, they're first in Class AAA, 17 for 17 on the PK, plus 1 shorthanded goal by sophomore Rocco Musto. But they have their work cut out, as you would say, tonight against North Allegheny, coming in with that 5-1 record, coming in averaging 5 goals a game, and particularly the special teams battle. It's going to be a real challenge for Canon Mac to stay perfect on the penalty kill, because North Allegheny's power play is number 1 in AAA. So there you go, the old irresistible force against the immovable object. In this case, the force is the power play for NA. They're 4 for 13 on the year. They haven't allowed a shorty either. And they boast, in fact, 3 of the top 10 scorers overall in Class AAA, led by their junior offensive dynamo, Mark Joyson. He wears number 1. He's got 7 goals on the season to lead Class AAA. Also 11 points is best in the league. And of course, those 2 totals best on the team as well. But he's not alone in putting the puck in the net. Evan Kerber has 10 points, just 1 behind Joyson. Kerber, a senior forward who wears number 12. He also has scored 6 goals on the year. And Luke Wachowskis, a sophomore, another underclassmen standing out in this league. You always get a few of them every year, and Wachowskis is one of them. The sophomore forward for North Allegheny has 5 assists, tied for the team lead with Ravi Desai, a fellow sophomore, and senior Ryan Jackman. And so far in goal, it's been a tandem situation for Coach Cease. Andrew Long, the senior, has played 3 games, a 3-0 record, a .918 save percentage, and junior Camden Junker has played 3. He's 2-1, but his save percentage is an even .900. So both goaltenders have played quite well. On the other side, we expect to see Chase Sloan, the senior, number 89 for Canon Mac. He have the .884 save percentage, which is quite good considering the number of shots he's facing per night. Sloan is 0-4. But goaltending has not been that big of an issue for Canon Mac so far this season, just from now calling my 3rd game out of their 6 that they will have played after tonight. Our second game this evening, also on 10 Band TV. Just leave it right here on the PIHL channel. That'll feature the home-standing Peters Township Indians at 3-3 against the Bethel Park Blackhawks at 3-2-1. So a couple of teams in the middle portion of the standings trying to make some headway. Peters Township's won 2 in a row, including the nightcap last week that we had for you against Central Catholic. That was a 4-3 victory for PT. But for right now, it's Canon Mac trying to defend home ice. Canon Mac has, in fact, played 4 of their first 5 at home, and their closest result has twice been 1-goal losses. They fell to Bethel Park in the opening week, 3-2, and I mentioned the 4-3 loss to Baldwin 7 days ago. They've also fallen to Seneca Valley 4-1 and Mount Lebo 9-0 here at home. And we've, in fact, had all their games broadcast from their home rink. Smaller roster than North Allegheny's for Canon Mac. So, again, they're facing perhaps the toughest challenge right now in AAA in a couple of different ways. And we'll see how the Tigers game travels. It has traveled quite well so far this year, like I mentioned, with the 2-1 record. Thank you again to Todd Kazarowski and his crew on site at Printscape Arena. Also to the folks at Bubba's Burgers for showing our feed in their restaurant across the way. It is another high school hockey night as we are well into November. Not quite at the midway point of the 20-game schedule, but we're closer to the midway point than we are to the start. We're getting some road under our tires, and these teams are starting to show us exactly who they're going to be in 2023-24. Although you look back at last year, there's a couple of teams who had big turnarounds. Peters Township was kind of middle of the pack until the calendar year ended. January started, they went on a roll, and Baldwin was the opposite. They were in a playoff position, and they did not win a game in the second half. So if you have a tough start, it's not over, but obviously you know what you have to do from there. Drop of the puck, and here we go. Canon Mac starts with possession, and it's Digby Bednar turning away from pressure and firing it off the wall. Scooped up by Giovanna Lociato, and Lociato starts the dump and chase game for North Allegheny. We play 17-minute periods in the PIHL. We play 3 of them, obviously, and we take a break after the second for an ice resurfacing. The puck shot in by Bryce Wilson of Canon Mac, still looking for his first point on the year. He's played in all 5 games. He wears number 18. Now stepping up to keep the puck alive is Elliot Moser. He's also pointless on the season. Canon Mac has scored just 8 goals in its 5 games. They've allowed 26. Meanwhile, North Allegheny has scored 30, and they've given up just 12. Hard hit on Lociato, and that's going to be a penalty against Canon Mac right at the start on the first shift of the game, 47 seconds in. Some chatter in the rink. And the player going to the box is none too pleased. That's Wilson. If I had to guess, maybe the predatory nature of that hit led to it being a penalty. So North Allegheny goes to the power play. I told you they're 4 for 13 on the year, 31% tops in the league. But a quick clear for Canon Mac after the clean face-off win. That's the way to get it started. Canon Mac, 17 for 17 on the kill. So here's that special teams matchup I was hyping up in the pregame. We'll see it right away. Wakauskas leading the rush in. He gains the line. Does Luke Wakauskas, the sophomore. Drops it on back to the point. There's Joyson. He have the 11 points so far. Wakauskas sends it in the middle. A backhand chance. And a save made. Rebound. There is no rebound. It's smothered there by number 89, Chase Sloan. That's how we meet him. Or pardon me, that's Aiden Bobbs. Excuse me. Number 14. He gets his second start. Bobbs took the loss in the 9-0 defeat to Mount Lebo 3 weeks ago. We had that game here on 10 Band TV. So 30 seconds into the power play, he makes his first save, possibly saves, plural, after the chance in the middle on the backhand. Joyson walking the line, shooting, and Bobbs kicks it out. Aiden Bobbs, the sophomore. Joyson snaps it along, too far for Wakauskas to reach. It's played out of the corner. No, it's not. It stays there. Nice little sticky perhaps still after the resurfacing following the youth practice before this game. Wakauskas centering it, unable to take it cleanly. Ryan Jackman in the middle. He had that backhand chance too. Wakauskas one more time in front. Oh my, guided wide by Kerber. He was wide open, but he missed. Out by the point. The Tigers controlling it well. Logan, Owen Logan to Joyson. Back to Logan on the far side. Doesn't shoot it, skates it into the corner. His dish out to Joyson. Finds Wakoska's creeping in. He shoots, and Aiden Bobbs has it in the glove for the whistle. 39 seconds to go on the power play. Just under 15 minutes to go in period number 1. I'm Matt Geica. This is PIHL High School Hockey Night Live. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's first game brought to you by Massage Envy in McCandless. NA, 2 points clear of Seneca Valley, Upper St. Clair, Pine Richland, Mount Lebo, and Central Catholic. Yes, 5 teams tied for second place. Mount Lebo alone in first. Wrister by Evan Perrott, a familiar name. For those of you who watched last year's Tigers, that was deflected wide. Now Travis Lamarck gives it over. The last name Lamarck is a familiar one for NA fans over the years. His high-rising snapper got nothing but glass. Play to the middle. There's Lamarck centering it across, and a shot goes wide from Ravi Desai. Desai on the puck. Skating in, probing a bit, now pulls it back out. Desai to the middle, trying to take it off his skates was Ed Scherer, but he could not. The power play is over. Canon Mac back to full strength as Bryce Wilson rejoins the action. But the Tigers still have the puck. It's Scherer reversing it. Now Max Hart for Canon Mac. Can he lug it to safety? He will. Hart on the overlap. He's got a little 2-on-3 action going. Takes the shot, and it careens wide of the goal. And off the corner glass, out to center. Alex Dorish tried to drag it for NA, but number 86 in black, unsuccessful in doing so. Jammed at the far side boards. And picked there by Logan Surqua, senior forward. Tossed into the zone. It ends up on the near side half wall. But Surqua couldn't field it cleanly. Dorish. Alex Dorish, 2 points on the year. Headman pass, Surqua. Didn't touch it. Now a centering play under the stick of Dorish, and it careens all the way back into Tigers real estate. Owen Logan, strong skating defenseman, the lefty shot, maneuvers his way into the attacking zone, down the right wing. Now he's in behind the net. Overcomes one Big Mac defender. NA tries to get the forward check going. They pin it up against the near side boards. Good job by Murphy. Now a backhand play in front. What a save by Bobbs on Surqua. Point blank. Surqua has it one more time. His backhand feed intercepted and slammed off the far side by Jack Vollmer, but not out. Tigers just dominating puck possession at the moment. Also O-zone time. Canon Mac trying to get some relief here. Can they do it? They do just force it out to center. Here's Surqua. Long shift for him, but he meanders in 1-on-4. Waits for reinforcements. He has them. Off the bench. Here comes a wrist shot off the shoulder of Bobbs and wide of the net. Joyson in on the forward check for North Allegheny. But it's tossed high into the air, and it'll be icing against the Big Macs. A lot of action here in the opening 5 minutes, but no goals yet. It's our 4th consecutive doubleheader at Princegate. North Allegheny has the first 5 shots tonight. Aiden Bobbs has been equal to all of them, at least to this point. Jake Fritz, the freshman, heads toward the wall with the puck, lost control. And now Peters Township and Max Hart fighting hard. Hart kicking it to his stick, or nearly doing so. Now it's in behind the goal. Strong battle from him, though, to try to just turn the tide a bit. Desai. Cross-ring dish. Joyson. Well, he's listed as a D-man, but he's playing forward right now. Mark Joyson off a stick, still into the zone. Desai snaps one wide, and that deflects off the end boards and up over the glass, out of play. That first penalty to Bryce Wilson, I never got the signal. It was roughing, but it goes by the boards. Well, we saw Aiden Bobbs' varsity debut 3 weeks ago when he played against Mount Lebo. That was Alex Costa taking the shot for North Allegheny. It was deflected and offline. Scherer hacks at it. But the Big Mac's back in command. Trying to flush it out of the zone was Brendan Lemego. And now Lemego will tip this ahead. Here's Ben Vitodian with a potential opportunity. He ends up in the corner. Cleared it in front, bouncing around. off the goaltender and wide. I believe that's Camden Junker. Didn't get confirmation, though, prior to the game. Wakaskis with a shot off the glove of Bobs, and the rebound punched off the outside of the goal. 6 minutes gone in period number 1. Floating shot goes just wide from the point. And dished back out to center. That was Travis Lamarck shooting from 55 feet, nearly breaking the ice in this one. Puck intercepted at center ice. Shot right back in by Ryan Jackman, number 61. Jackman's got 2 goals and 7 total points on the year. These Tigers have put the puck in the net at a prolific pace to start. They've scored 30 in their first 6 games. Do the math, that's 5 even per outing. Jackman overskated. Perhaps the Big Macs can get something going here. Grayson Costa, a backhand in on the netminder. That is Andrew Long, pardon me. So I was wrong on my guess on both sides. Long gets the start for North Allegheny, and that one goes down as his first save. Turning chance, score! NA, all the pressure in the world, and they get the first goal. A little more than 7 minutes in. That was powered home in tight by Evan Kerber, I believe. We'll take a look at the replay. Off the counterattack, Kerber goes right to the goal, pulls this puck in and jams it. Power shot under Bobs for a 1-0 lead. Even strength tally. And NA has got the early advantage. So far this game playing out as you would expect, looking at the results coming in. Looks like once again the Tigers are going to be Penguins Cup contenders. Did not make the final last year. Fell disappointingly short of the final step. There's always high standards with this program. Them, Peters Township, Seneca Valley, it feels like they're always in it. Always a threat. Hart shoots one. Good stop by Long on the sneaky release by Max Hart, who's been the Big Mac's best player early on. Number 79 in white. Just a sophomore, but he got a full season under his belt as a freshman. And quite honestly, it's showing early this season. He picked up a goal last time out. Was a power play goal for Hart in front of the net, if I recall correctly. Dish toward the middle, that's where Logan takes over for North Allegheny. And Logan sporting the captain's C on his left chest. Couldn't make it past the red line, carrying the puck. Broken up nicely there. Elliot Moser tried to one-hand it toward the middle. That was intercepted. Desai dishes it forward. And filleted into the zone by the Tigers. And possibly a trip coming up here. Yes, it'll be a delayed penalty. Lamego drew it. I believe it's on Alex Dorish, but we'll wait for the stoppage in play. As for right now, Canon Mack has an extra attacker on. And the Big Macs can at least catch their breath, and they do, back in their own zone. Trying to put some passes together, build some positive momentum. Vitodian taking it, shooting it, blocked in front, and Logan with the possession, and that's when the whistle blows with 8:14 to go in period 1. Penalty against Gianni Lociato. Canon Mack to the power play. But much like the Big Mac started their kill with an easy clear when North Allegheny had the advantage, vice versa here. The Tigers spin it down 200 feet, forcing the Big Macs to lug it all the way. But Lamego is game for that task. Brendan Lamego shot it. Oh, and a good stop by Long to close down the 5-hole. Lamego got the goaltender moving, and that can open up some spots, particularly between the legs, but not that case. Long was just fine, thank you. Andrew Long, the senior. has yet to lose this season with a .918 save percentage, now getting closer to .920 after a couple of early stops here. Costa looking to poke it ahead, instead it's broken up. North Allegheny's penalty kill, dead last, believe it or not, in the Class AAA. They've allowed 4 goals on 12 opportunities against, and they've yet to score a shorthanded goal as well. But the Big Mac's power play is 10th out of 11 teams. Just the 1 goal out of 14 chances. So if one side of the special teams matchup is strength on strength, this is not that. But it can still be decisive, as special teams often are. O'Donoghue played it down low to Musto. Cross rink. Costa holds, fires it down low. Pardon, that's Dylan Isbell playing the left point. Cross rink pass, and it's broken up. And watch out, it's a jailbreak back the other way in the 2nd minute of this power play, the first one of the night for Canon Mac. Good skating by Carson O'Donoghue. Ed Scherer, the forechecker for NA, inadvertently threw his stick. He had to go retrieve it, but meanwhile, it's turned over to the Tigers, and Logan flips it up into the air and out into the neutral zone. Musto on the chip and chase play. Scherer couldn't push it along the kick plate. Now stumbling down, Logan coughed it up. 14 seconds to go on the power play. Pass deflects out to the point, held in there. Lemego, wristing, saved by Long, hops in the air, and unable to turn that one toward goal was Gallardini. Pass over to near wing. Bryce Wilson has it. Slap shot, he fanned on it. Power play is over. Both teams 0 for 1 on the PP in the early going. 6 minutes to go in the first period. I'm Matt Geico. This is PIHL High School Hockey Night Live on 10 Band TV. Jackman put it into the offensive zone. There's a stiff shot from Kerber that's stopped by Bobbs. Back out in front of the net. Backhander by Jackman that did not get through. The Big Macs try to regroup. Clearing pass out to center ice. Moser dishes to the middle. It came right to Hart. Now Moser gets a tap on it from the low slot. That went behind the net. Hart on this puck. Max Hart to the front of the goal, and it's stopped by Long on the inadvertent shot. I think that was supposed to be a dish. Brock Murphy for NA yanks it off the boards, and here are the Tigers with some room on the near wing. Logan on the shoot around. Bob stops it there, swats it away from the on-charging Tigers. Lemego shovels it, out to center ice it goes. Fritz goes cross rink. Headman dish, Wakauskas shot it, and it's deflected up out of play behind Aiden Bobbs' net. So Evan Kerber, to recap the scoring, he has the only goal so far. It was his 7th of the season. Kerber getting an assist from Evan Perrott and one from Ryan Jackman as well. Jackman now takes the team helpers lead with 6, all by himself. He was previously tied with a couple other guys at 5. Lamarck drops it back. Here comes a shot from Costa that got nothing but glass. Might have been deflected on the way. Held in at the point. Big Mac's being a little careless in their own zone, giving some pucks away out by the blue line. Vollmer tried to get it up and out, could not. A backhand taken at the line by Logan, shooting. Bobbs fended that one off, closing down the angle. Joyson was bumped. The Tigers' leading scorer coughed up the puck, but now Joyson tries to get it back, centered it in front, turning chance against Bobbs, and he makes the save on Jake Fritz, the freshman, from just 5 feet away. Fritz went down to a knee and was stopped on the chance. I believe I said Jack Vollmer earlier touched the puck for Canon Mac. That was actually number 32. Austin Smith, the freshman, playing his first game of the season, first game as a varsity player. Welcome to the show, kid. Welcome to High School Hockey Night Live. Tossed up and out. That's where Tyler Bianchin will handle, number 44. Dorsch left it behind. Now Dorsch got it back. Wristing from the top of the circle, that missed. Luciano clears it across. Another blast that misfires, bouncing around behind the net. Turned on goal by Cirqua. That was stopped by the blocker hand of Bobs. 3.5 to go in the period. Back out to the line, and Lamarck whipped that one hard, but it just missed the left post. Dorsch swirling out of the corner. This is Alex Dorsch. Tried to leave it, ended up taking it again. Dorsch's feed. Out to Cirqua. Ripped from the point again by Lamarck. That one didn't get through. It hit a Canon Max shin guard. But the Tigers just playing the patient offensive zone game, trying to find a good shot. Now the Big Macs emerge with it. Vatodian shooting it. Weird bounce, came right back to him, but the big man could not get it on goal on his turning drive. Toss from behind the red line. There's a mental mistake there by Brendan White of North Allegheny, and that's a whistle for icing. Drop of the puck, Wakauskas deflected it forward for North Allegheny. Now he's on it again, Luke Wakauskas. Backpedaling, 3 goals, 5 assists on the year so far. Patiently finds his man, Brock Murphy, and the Tigers systematically work the puck in deep. White chasing this one in. He's got Ed Scherer with him, and the puck up into the screen. Will face it off in the Canon Mac zone as it was off a Big Mac player. And the rush can continue to cascade down from the PA system. Out comes Bryce Wilson. Couldn't get to it first on his own shoot-in. Owen Logan did for North Allegheny. Now here's Vollmer. Couldn't get it much further than the half boards. Wakauskas nearly turned it over. Murphy tried to escort it out to center to no avail. 2 minutes to go in the period. Lead pass, Scherer unable to take it. It's all the way down wide of Bobs' net for another icing call against the Tigers. This is North Allegheny's second trip in here this year. They beat Peters Township 2-1 in week 2. Puck is down. I'll get to that in a moment. As Costa helped it along to the far wing, and out it goes. It's a 2-on-1 for the Tigers. Wrist shot going wide of the net from the right wing. Good opportunity by assistant captain Ryan Jackman, bidding for his 3rd goal of the year. Taking a shot, never the wrong play. Well, it might be very occasionally, but not too frequently in this sport. Good pass. In comes Kerber, and he's denied from the top of the crease. Evan Kerber in full flight, but Bobs said no. Aiden Bobs has been quite good in period 1 to keep the Big Macs within striking distance. How about that deke around Lamego, and got it to the forehand even. I wasn't sure he'd have time to do that, but he did. There you see at the bottom of your device screen, our season-long and team sponsors flashing. QR codes there to help you figure things out. Jackman scores! We'll get back to the deals in a minute, but Ryan Jackman, just a total turn and fire move, and he's rewarded. No frills at all there. Jackman's 3rd of the year from right in front. Trapped that pass from Kerber and wheeled it in. Element of surprise beats Bobs, and the Tigers have a 2-0 lead with 1:12 left in the first. Another even strength goal. And the league's top offense continues to click like the league's top offense should. Kerber gets the primary assist. He's got 2 points on the night now, and we're not even through the first period, and we have another penalty coming. I think appears to be the call. Nope, pardon me. We'll stay 5-on-5. Didn't catch the signal for the stoppage. Perhaps you did. Got caught with my head down. It happens sometimes. Happens to the players, happens to the broadcasters. Final minute of play, first period. Icing against North Allegheny again. As I was saying, on the bottom of the screen, you don't just see the ticker, which is rolling by right now with standings and stats, but also you'll see our sponsor graphics with QR codes that you can point out with your mobile phone and access fantastic deals for all these local businesses who have decided to advertise with us here at 10 Band TV. And if you want to get on that game, you can go to 10band.tv, contact us, and we'll find a way to get your business more visibility on our network. Under a half minute to go. Oh, a second opportunity shot by Scherer. That had to be booted out of there desperately by Bobs as the first one was blocked. Caused some trouble. Good defense on Moser by Lamarck, tracking back. 10 seconds to go in the frame. Lifted out to center. Maybe one more chance for the Tigers to add to their lead. Scherer again, and again, it's blocked, but this time he doesn't get it right back. Big Mac's clear. Time runs out on period number 1 from South Point. We'll take a short break. So far, as expected, North Allegheny with a 2-0 lead. Goals from Kerber and Jackman have them in command after 17 minutes. Back in just a second.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Two-zip North Allegheny over Canon Mac through one period of play. I'm Matt Geica. This is your High School Hockey Night live on a Tuesday night from South Point. If it's a Tuesday, we're almost always at South Point, it has seemed, early on in this 2023-24 season. And we're not complaining. I know I'm not. I think this is my 7th and 8th teams I've seen out of the 11 in Class AAA. It's a real crash course in what's going on in the so-called big school league in the PIHL. Although it's not all about size of school, size of program. It's about what you do on the ice. It's part of the beauty of what the PIHL does with its promotion and relegation system. Stillman right to the front of the net, and it bounced off the outside of the cage right back to him. He dished it out to Murphy, fanned on the shot from the point. Big Mac's trying to make something happen, but Musto overskates. Actually a good job by Murphy to backtrack and keep that from becoming a turnover the other way. But now we're back into the NA zone as the Tigers defending the goal to our left in the second period. Try to make something of this. Pull it off the wall at least. Perrott with Musto. Stillman, Jackman rather, pulls it free. On comes Kerber, inside out move, his pass drops back, Perrott, stopped by Bobs, rebound, and Bobs has that one too on Kerber's chance. Well, the pass didn't go where it was intended to go from Kerber. As you'll see here on the replay, it hit the skate. I think that's Elliot Moser, perhaps? No, actually that was Jack Vollmer for Canon Mac, but then right to Perrott, and Evan Perrott nearly took advantage. Goals in the first by Kerber and Jackman if you're joining us late. Joyson feeding back to Joyson on the one-time dish from Fritz, but Joyson guided it wide of the net. from the right post. Maybe he wasn't quite ready for the return feed there. I know I really wasn't. I expected Fritz to shoot that on the back door. And this cleared past Joyson, and it's an offside. That'll bring the puck back into the neutral ice area. And the face-off right at center ice, in fact. The last time NA was in this building, it just took 2 goals to win. They beat PT 2-1. Joyson scored in the second period. And so did Travis Lamarck. Peters Township got a quick one in the third, but not enough to force overtime. And NA really hasn't been challenged very much all season long. They lost 5-4 to Pine Richland on the road. That's it. As far as setbacks go, for what appears to be another powerhouse Tigers squad. Vollmer pulling this off the wall for Canon Mack. Trying to reverse the flow of this game. But his backhand feed did not connect to Moser. Moser steps up here, as does Costa, but both thwarted in their attempts to generate a shot. Moser bounces one up the near wing. Lamarck on the retrieval. Travis Lamarck's pass off the stick of Lociato and deflected in deep from behind the Canon Mack goal. Moser, blind backhand pass, picked off at center ice by Bianchin. But he gave it right back to the Big Macs. Here they are again. Moser left it behind, and Hart shot off a leg into the near corner. Gallardini for the Big Macs is hunched over. Meanwhile, we go back the other way. A chance in, and Bobbs gobbles up the shot from Lociato from the left wing circle. At least I think that was Gallardini. Maybe it was Lamego. Let's see if we can spot him coming back. And he went right to the bench, in fact, the injured Canon Mack player. Hart hacking away. Wilson backhands it all the way down. He was just trying to get it out. Well, he succeeded in that, but it goes the distance for another icing call. Also at the bottom of your screen, oh, you see Kevin's Pharmacy there. He's our Game 2 sponsor. He's a team sponsor for Peters Township, helping us put all the Peters games on the air on 10 Band TV for you. A lot of these teams have such great support in the PIHL. It's our privilege to bring you their games, their journey throughout the season. Back behind the goal, there is that man again, Austin Smith, flipping it over to the near wing. O'Donohue leading the rush. The guys in blue and gold, a jam try, and he nearly surprised Andrew Long, but Long held his post. No harm, no foul. Play stopped with 13:10 to go in the second period. Busto on the draw against Jackman of North Allegheny, and Jackman wins it cleanly back to Murphy. Brock Murphy on the push. He feeds it on the far wing. Kerber trying to deke by the defending there of, appear to be Lamego, now toward the middle. And deflected over to Roman Gasparini. But his lead pass picked off. Kerber dropping. Shot from the outside. Rebound. Bobbs makes the save. I think that was Lociato who got that initial drive away that caused the problem. But the problem solved by the goaltender, Aiden Bobbs. That was actually Perrott who got that shot off. Jackman slugs it to the wall. Kerber turned it over in the middle. The Big Macs. Well, Costa took a hit there from Murphy right in front of his bench. Folded him over the top of the boards. But he appears to be okay as Stillman surveys the scene. Stillman, I did it again. Jackman, I don't know where I'm getting Stillman from. Murphy, cross-ring pass under the stick of Perrott. I guess both are old NHL names, right? Jackman. Rick Jackman played for the Pens. A couple of Jackmans have played in the NHL. A couple of Stillmans have played in the NHL now, for that matter. From the same family. Good play from Acosta. Poise under pressure to get rid of that puck, get it out. Acosta goes back for this one, so does Lamego, but it's icing against North Allegheny. Speaking of the Pens, they're playing tonight. You may have heard they've won 4 in a row. They're on the road at Columbus. Pretty full night of action in the NHL. It being a Tuesday, that is typical. Slap shot goes out of play. And the Blue Jackets actually lead the game right now. 2-1. Crosby scored early for the Pens. Since then, Marchenko and Yegor Chinikov. Wrister from Vatodian. That goes just wide of the post. Long stretched out. Couldn't glove it, but didn't matter. It was off target. A lot of stoppages early in this second period. We had a very free-flowing first period. In case you're joining us a little bit late. 2 goals in that first period for NA. Kerber and Jackman. Evan Kerber's 7th, Jackman's 3rd. A stick goes flying into the air. That's Joyson's, but number 1 in black picks it up. He's F3 right now on that forecheck. And the Big Macs skate right through it. Good pass now onto Vatodian. Snap the shot. Vibrant rebound off the end boards, but Long was able to recover in time. Costa, Alex Costa that is. We have 2 Costas in this game. Grayson Costa wears 86 for Canon Mac. Here's O'Donoghue, stuff try. And where is it? It's under Long somewhere, and it stays under Long even as the Big Macs hack away at him. And Cirqua and Logan don't like it much for NA. Musto and Michael Traynor were in the mix there. Traynor shoves Cirqua. The referee says, what are you doing that for? Meanwhile, Andrew Long trying to regather his bearings. His helmet comes off. So we see O'Donoghue on the drive around the outside. Joyson has gotten a penalty from this situation. So perhaps the Tigers are about to go short for the second time in this game. Yes, they will. It'll be a power play for Canon Mac. Just about midway through this game, down 2-0. Lamego. Brendan Lamego's shot ramps off a stick and high. Hart, drop pass at the point. Snapper by O'Donoghue, blockered away by Long. Didn't hear the announcement on the penalty. This puck shot off the rink. It's our first penalty of the second period. Musto against Jackman, the 2 tie up. Kerber rips it down the ice. Canon Mac on the regroup. They are 1 for 15 on the season on the power play. So around 5%, a little bit higher than 5. Again, jammed around, but Lamego will skate it in. He's got a head of steam. Look at him go. Lamego tried to do it all himself. He nearly got there, but then he was dispossessed at the last second. Desperation defense from North Allegheny. Big slap shot goes over the net and off the corner boards and out. Ben Vatodian loaded that one up. Vatodian, the captain of the Macs. Left it back for O'Donoghue. Jersey tucked. Moves into the attack zone. His shot's off a stick, but he gets it right back. Does O'Donoghue. To the point, Lamego. Back to O'Donoghue in the corner. It skipped past him. Vitodian to O'Donoghue. One more time. He shot it, maybe thought about a pass there. A little in between. Now O'Donoghue banking it toward the front, maybe trying for a little pinball, but it went right through everyone's skates. Backdoor play to O'Donoghue, and that puck was bouncing on the pass, unfortunately for him. But O'Donoghue making things happen on this advantage. Took that wrist shot from the top of the right circle, deflected wide. 10 seconds to go on the penalty to Mark Joyson of North Allegheny. Trainer, Lamego, cross ring, off the glove of the fallen Kerber. The penalty is over. NA is 2 for 2 on the kill. So they've now killed off 2 to start this game after allowing 4 goals on 12 opportunities against coming in. That was dead last in AAA. Stick save by Long, and it caroms off the screen. 8:23 left in the second period. We're back to full and even strength for both sides. Joyson's penalty was cross-checking, in case you're curious. I was going to say, in case you're keeping score at home, but no one in their right mind is doing that. I'm doing that, but that's because I'm broadcasting. I shouldn't say that. I always kept score at Penn's games when I was a kid, which is probably why I'm doing what I'm doing right now at age 38. Just like the details, what can I say? Murphy on the give for NA. Owen Logan left it behind the net. Tigers just simply try to power it out. They can't do it. On the backtrack, Wakauskas, the lefty shot over to his fellow lefty Logan behind the goal, and that'll work for NA. But stretching out White, he could not reach that bouncing puck at center. Turn back against the grain. Shot on goal, and a big rebound from Long, but the Big Macs couldn't pounce. 3-man rush back for the Tigers. Good move to the outside, and a stuff try by Wakauskas, and he was denied by Aiden Bobbs. Murphy shooting, Bobbs saw it through traffic and snatched it with that big trapper. Seemingly in every Ken and Mac game I've called this year, I believe this is my 4th already, but they hang in there. It's just a matter of getting enough offense to push it over the line. Prior to last week, when they scored 2 before the end of the second period, they had not scored at all before the start of the third. Just tells you how their season has gone. They've fallen behind in these games, maybe not by a lot, but they've just been playing from behind a lot. And that's difficult to do. I don't care what level it is. I don't care how much offense you have, and the Big Macs have struggled in that department too. But again, part of it is when you're playing from behind, you're just not quite as comfortable. Here's a turnover. Joyson couldn't take that pass. It was a sharp one from Desai. Now out to the line. Snapshot by Logan, missed the goal. NA hasn't been quite as dominant in the second as they were in the first, both in terms of scoring and also just puck possession and scoring chances, all of it. At times in the first, they appeared to be toying with the Big Macs, but Ken and Mac has put together some pushback here in the second. O'Donoghue couldn't get that rebound toward goal. Jackman, one of the goal scorers, leads it up ahead to Perrott. Perrott in over the line to the right circle, and maybe that was a pass, but Kerber wasn't ready for it. Charging down the back door, he was more looking for a rebound of a shot, which never came. Vitodian to the middle. Trainer couldn't turn it over, just couldn't make the decision on what he wanted to do there in the middle of the ice. Jackman, good lead pass, finds Kerber, took the quick shot on the forehand. Bobbs booted it out. Fake a shot from Wakauskas, now skips it over near side. Lamarck, he's stripped. Good play by Trainer, and he backhands it to the safety of the neutral zone. All the way back in Tigers territory, Bianchin. Cross-ring delivery picked off. Musto to the side of the net, and a stuff try by Vitodian. He's stopped by Long. Vitodian again. Tried to bank it off a skate, and did, but it caroms out to the point. Isbell pinching in. Dylan Isbell down the wall with that. but pushed right past him, and it's a 3-on-1 for North Allegheny. Perrott didn't know he had reinforcements. He shot that in a one-on-one situation, and he was stopped by Bobs. Interesting. The Tigers didn't have a ton in the tank there, but he still had Jackman and Kerber, did Perrott, but Perrott elected to shoot. And he stopped with exactly 5 minutes to go in the second. Off the tie-up, O'Donohue. Back to this near side, Moser. Turned it over, just beyond the blue line, though, so the Tigers simply shoot in after they tag up on the delayed offside. Back in the possession of NA. Murphy up this near side. Redirected in deep by Serqua. But the Big Macs boomerang it right back. Hart trying to deke, but he ran into resistance in the form of Murphy, helping out Owen Logan, his D partner. On comes Dorish, pulling up in the circle. His drop pass for Serqua. Serqua eventually controls, but passed it off the stick of Max Hart, who caused the turnover. Still 2-0, no goals scored in this period. Murphy, the righty shot D. Jams it up the near side. No icing here as it was deflected in the neutral zone. Wakauskas, nifty stick handling in his own skates to create some space. Yanked it into the zone against Wilson. Good play against the grain. To the corner, now back out to Wakauskas. One touches it, just trying to keep it alive. The pass toward the middle. Off of Jack Vollmer's stick for Canon Mac. Wakauskas had his stick lifted on the sideboards, and the Big Macs do clear. Gasparini dispossessed. Logan. Over to the near wing, and Brendan White on his backhand. Made the play through pressure, but forced right back into Tigers territory. One more time, it's Logan. Wakauskas, good move, sharp angle, he scored! Tremendous individual play, and the Tigers lead 3-0. Luke Wakauskas, his 4th goal of the season, and they're not going to get much prettier than this. I don't care how many he ends up scoring this year. Wow. A rising shot into the top right corner with basically no angle against Aiden Bobs. And you saw Bobs almost shrug his shoulders like he couldn't believe it went in. Just under 3 to go in the second period, and the Tigers get another one. And again, it's at even strength. That puck was in and out of the net in a hurry. In fact, even a little reminiscent of the Connor Bedard goal the other day when he stole the puck down low against the Panthers and roofed it extremely quickly from a similar angle, albeit from a different side of the net. Musto shooting one. Down low, bounces off the end boards. Vitodian with the aerial to grab it. O'Donohue kept it alive with the pinch. Trailer in front, or Trainer, pardon me, and that's deflected away from the orange-charging Big Mac. And the Tigers come parading back. Perrott trying to center it for Kerber. Deflected away from him. So again, the Big Macs fight hard, but they just couldn't get that goal to cut it to 2-1. And now it's extremely uphill the rest of the way for them here on home ice. Alex Costa back to retrieve this for North Allegheny. The Tigers seeking to improve to 6-1 with a victory tonight. In the corner, Jake Fritz. He's joined by Desai, but Desai couldn't catch up to that puck on the far side. 90 seconds to go in the period. Fritz poking at it. Joyson now joins the party. Joyson, nothing on the board for him in terms of points so far tonight. He came in with 11 to lead all players in AAA. Joyson left the puck behind. Tigers do eventually get enough force on that puck to get it out to center ice, but turn right back over. Drop play from Hart. Poking it ahead was Wilson. Catches up to it in the corner. Wilson to O'Donoghue. 50 seconds to go in the period. Now a blast, didn't get through. Another try here for Canon Mack before the buzzer. And it right back in though. 20 seconds left. Up the far wing and beyond everyone's reach. So, one last offensive zone draw for Canon Mack before the end of the period. That's all they can ask for. The goal was Luke Wakauskas from Noah Logan. Logan earns his second assist of the season. There you see Andrew Cease and the Tigers on the bench. Cease sporting the good-looking pea coat. Here comes a chance for the Tigers now. White centering, opportunity, great save on Wakauskas by Bobbs. Wakauskas nearly made it a 2-spot for himself and a 4-spot for the Tigers. After the defensive zone draw win, it was a jailbreak for NA, and Wakauskas got a lot on that shot, as you see on the replay. But right into Bobbs' glove, and a one-time chance fanned on by White at the horn, or just before it. So Aiden Bobbs doing all he can, but for right now, it's about North Allegheny and what this team has done so far this season, what they've been able to do tonight continues to be impressive. They're up 3-0 after 2 periods. Only goal in that second period by Luke Wakauskas, rolling the highlight reel with a sharp angle drive. An individual play gets it done for the team, and we'll be back for the final frame of regulation time. Tonight's game brought to you by Massage Envy, McCandless, here on 10 Band TV. I'm Matt Geica. Stay with us.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Defender. NA tries to get the forecheck going. They pin it up against the near side boards. Good job by Murphy. Now a backhand play in front. What a save by Bobbs on Serqua. Point blank. Serqua has it one more time. His backhand long, pardon me. So I was wrong on my guess on both sides. Long gets the start for North Allegheny, and that one goes down as his first save. Turning chance, score! NA, all the pressure in the world, and they get the first goal. A little more than 7 minutes in, and coughed it up. 14 seconds to go on the power play. Pass deflects out to the point, held in there. Lamego, wristing, saved by Long, hops in the air, and unable to turn that one toward goal was Gallardini. Joyson was bumped. The Tigers' leading scorer coughed up the puck, but now Joyson tries to get it back. Centered in front, turning chance against Bobbs, and he makes the save on Jake Fritz, the freshman. Very occasionally, but not too frequently in this sport. Good pass. In comes Kerber, and he's denied from the top of the crease. Evan Kerber in full flight, but Bob said no. Season-long and team sponsors flashing QR codes there to help you figure things out. Jackman scores! We'll get back to the deals in a minute, but Ryan Jackman just pulls it free. On comes Kerber, inside out move, his pass drops back, Perrott stopped by Bobs, rebound, and Bobs has that one too on Kerber's chance. Well, the pass didn't go where it was intended to go for advantage. Goals in the first by Kerber and Jackman if you're joining us late. Joyson feeding back to Joyson on the one-time dish from Fritz, but Joyson guided it wide of the net, off a leg into the near corner. Gallardini for the Big Macs is hunched over. Meanwhile, we go back the other way. A chance in, and Bobs gobbles up the shot from Luciano from the left wing circle. Alex Costa, that is. We have two Costas in this game. Grayson Costa wears 86 for Canon Mac. Here's O'Donoghue, stuff try. And where is it? It's under long somewhere, and it stays under long, even as the Big Macs hack all the way back in Tigers territory. Bianchin. Cross-ring delivery picked off. Musto to the side of the net, and a stuff try by Vatodian. He's stopped by Long. Vatodian again. Trying to bank it off a skate, and did. Dylan Isbell down the wall with that. But push right past him, and it's a 3-on-1 for North Allegheny. Perrott didn't know he had reinforcements. He shot that in a one-on-one situation, and he was stopped by, it's right back into Tigers territory. One more time, it's Logan. Wakauskas, good move, sharp angle, he scored! Tremendous individual play. Good looking P-coat. Here comes a chance for the Tigers now. White centering, opportunity, great save on Wakauskas by Bobs. Wakauskas nearly made it a 2-spot for himself and a 4-spot for the Tigers.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
2 jumbo iced caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel?
That's us.
I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey,
I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented heads-up sports training system, improving reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an Immunization Information System. Immunization Information Systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
2 jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino. Extra caramel.
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Hey there, hockey fans! You already know 10-Band TV can stream live regional sports. But did you know you can also stream the best of the local music scene as well? Music from the 412 is live and streaming 24/7 on 10-Band TV. Watch music videos, concerts, and original programming free from the comfort of your couch. Featuring the best of music and artists from Pittsburgh and Western PA. Tune in today.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Just about third period time at Printscape Arena in South Point. I'm Matt Geica. This is 10-Band TV's coverage of the PIHL. Yes, it is another Tuesday night doubleheader. This is our first game, and in game number 1 through 2 periods, fun with numbers, North Allegheny leads it 3-0 against the home team, the Canon Mac Big Macs. Goals in this game for Evan Kerber, his 7th, Ryan Jackman, his 3rd, and Luke Wakauskas, his 4th, have the Tigers in prime position to collect win number 6 out of 7 games. For head coach Andrew Cease and his staff, the Tigers have now outscored their opponents 33-12 on the year. They've been shorthanded a couple of times. They've killed off both penalties. Obviously, their goaltender, senior Andrew Long, making his 4th start, trying to stay unbeaten. He's stopped all 16 Canon Mac shots so far. Aiden Bobbs has been solid. In the Canon Mac goal, he stopped 26 of 29 through 2 periods. But again, just not a lot of run support for those Canon Mac tendies. They have been in goal, well, combined between the two of them, now 5 games and 2 periods, and the team has scored just the 8 goals. Canon Mac has been outscored by 21 on the season now. 8 to the good, 29 to the bad. Offside against North Allegheny. Wakauskas, who already has a goal in this game, has the prettiest goal of this game, that's for sure. No contest on that one, no offense to the first 2, but Wakauskas maneuvering to the outside and then rifling a snapshot high into the twine from really no angle, stunning Aiden Bobbs, who dropped down instinctively and gave him just enough room under the crossbar. Played off the wall by Grayson Costa of Canon Mac, but North Allegheny quickly regains possession. They are now less than 17 minutes away from a 6-1 start to the season. Trying to keep that 2-point lead against 5 other teams. Yes, 5 teams have 8 points in AAA right now. This is offside against Canon Mac. Might as well go to those standings now while we have the chance. But NA atop the league with 10 points coming in. Then Seneca Valley, Upper St. Clair, Pine Richland, Mount Lebo, and Central Catholic all have 8 points. Down in a tie for 7th is Bethel Park. We'll see them in game number 2 against the team that is in 8th place, the Peters Township Indians, PT at 3-3, but 8th place. It's a pretty top-heavy standings board right now. Snapper by Fritz deflected off the rink. Behind Peters Township, Cathedral Prep with a couple of wins and 4 points. They're in 9th. Baldwin, which beat Canon Mac last week to improve to 1-4, or 1-5, pardon me. They are 1-5 and have 2 points. Canon Mac still looking for its first standings point of the season. They need a major rally to avoid going to 0-6. Lamarck's shot squeaks through from the point. It might have been deflected. We'll take a look at it. The referee is saying that goes to number 2, Lamarck. Perhaps some friendly fire, but it skipped under Aiden Bobbs and in for a 4-0 lead with 15:52 to go in regulation. Maybe the magic wand from Jackman. I'm not sure, though. He pointed to himself. I have a hard time believing that puck went straight in from 65 feet. There wasn't a ton on it. Just your basic wrist shot from Travis Lamarck. And we'll see what gets said to the official score, at least. Tossed in front off the glove of Bobbs. And bouncing around, Vollmer guided it to the side wall. Left behind, Joyson stopped by Bobbs' blocker hand. Mark Joyson, no points yet in this game, but that was clearly a gold-plated opportunity. Bobbs takes this behind his net, turned it over, now right out in front. Oh, it hit Joyson's stick. Otherwise, it was going right to Ravi Desai, it appeared. So a bad break for NA after the Canon Mac turnover by their netminder. Joyson deflects this puck ahead. He'll head off to the bench. Austin Smith, making his varsity debut, clears this up the far side. No icing here. Was ruled to have been played by an NA stick. Brock Murphy, reverse flow to this near wing. Right in front of the NA bench. North Allegheny in its black and gold with the white numerals, white names on the back, and white script on the front that reads Tigers. These are the most readable jerseys in the PIHL, and I thank whoever designed them. Vitodian. And Canon Macs aren't bad either. Good looking set. Also readable. Snapper from Lociato. Bobbs coughed up the rebound, and he stops that one too. on the close-up chance for Surqua, Logan Surqua. And they have given the goal to Ryan Jackman, so I wasn't hallucinating that he pointed to himself. Lamarck and Tyler Bianchin get assists on the goal. Bianchin's second assist of the year, Lamarck's second as well, and his third point. Jackman's got 2 in this game, 4 for the year, 9 total points for him. He's creeping up on Joyson and Kerber, both of whom have 11. Actually, Kerber's got 12, 2 points tonight. So Evan Kerber is your new scoring leader in the AAA class. And of course on the Tigers too. Wakauskas pulling up inside the line, and a drop pass for a shot that goes over the crossbar by Ed Scherer. He's had a couple of looks tonight, one of them very early on. Scherer out there with White and Wakauskas. Wakauskas picks it off and fires it right into the belly pad of Bob's from about 25 feet out. 13:30 to go in regulation. This is NA's final trip into Printscape Arena on the season. They've knocked them out early here. They'll host Seneca Valley next week, or pardon, in 2 weeks. They'll have Thanksgiving week off. A lot of teams do. That'll be on Monday, the 27th. And they'll make the big trip up to Cathedral Prep before wrapping the first half of the schedule at home against Central Catholic on Monday, December the 11th. And when I say first half, I mean the first 10 games, not the 2023 portion, as the shot's deflected out of play. Because we still have one more game after that out at Mount Lebo, Thursday, December 21st. Right up against the Christmas holiday. And we'll see PT travel to NA to start the new year on January the 4th. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but those the next 5 games, for North Allegheny. As it looks like they're going to get to 6-1. Floated on goal. And again, Andrew Long has that in the glove. He's got 17 saves on the evening. These two teams will meet again at North Allegheny, at Barrel, on February the 12th, long way away. Bobs pins this down in front of his net. Up next for Canon Mac, well, they've played now 5 of 6 at home to start the schedule. Well, that means that's going to turn around at some point, and it'll start next week as they'll be at Pine Richland. Actually, that's later this week. Excuse me, that's the 16th, not the 26th. So they'll play Thursday at Pine Richland, trying to avoid an 0-7 start, it appears. Then home to Upper St. Clair. And they'll be the road team against Peters Township, technically, in the Miners' Cup game to kick off December. Desai put that over the bar. Joyson tracks this down. Back to live action, if I can put down the schedule page for just a moment. Just want to keep everyone informed. So in effect, it's 4 road games in the next 5 for Canon Mac, but of course, one of those, not really a road game. They'll be here. They'll be on the visitors' bench to our right, but they'll be in the friendly confines of Printscape. It's one thing about saying teams have X number of home and road games. As long gloves in this long wrister. But say a team like North Allegheny plays out of Barrel, there are 3 teams that call Barrel home in this league. So in reality, they only go on the road for 8 out of 20. And a team like Canon Mac only goes on the road for 9 out of 20. Wrap try here. Vitodian is felled. The play continues on. To the corner and a backhand by Dorsch. It's a good one. On the money to Surqua. Flips it in on goal, and again, a stoppage in play. Well, late in the season, Canon Mac will have 4 in a row, truly on the road. So that's the payback for 5 out of 6 at home to start the season. Like I said last week regarding Baldwin and Canon Mac, top 8 out of 11 make the playoffs. As of right now, 8th place has, 6 points. That's Peters Township at the moment, so you're quote-unquote only 6 back. That's 3 wins. You can't really play yourself out of it. It's pretty tough to play yourself out of it before the second half of the season, even if you do have a long winless streak like Canon Mac is fighting to break right now. And it's probably not going to happen tonight. Musto hacking at it. Travis Lamarck is away. He just assisted on the Ryan Jackman deflection goal to start this third period. Wakoska's blind backhand. Bounced right back to him, did the puck. Tossed up and out by Carson O'Donohue of Canon McMillan. Lamarck goes cross rink. We approach the final 10 of this one. We had 2 close games on our doubleheader last week. A couple of games that ended with empty net situations. Doesn't appear that's going to be the case in this one, but Canon Mac has scored 6 of its 8 goals in the third period this season. So keep that in mind. Wakoskis, shifty, stick handling and skating. Look at him go. Then he's pushed out to center by Bryce Wilson. Wakoskis gets it back himself. A turn and a pass. I heard Luke, it must have been Noah Logan who was calling for that puck, and he got it. Logan banked it ahead. Lemego spins one, deflected into the attacking zone by Grayson Costa, so no icing there. Here is the aforementioned Noah Logan. Takes a loose puck at his own blue line, now skates in over the attacking line and pulls up for a forehand shot that Bobs absorbs at the top of his crease. Game 2 of our doubleheader features Peters Township against Bethel Park. 2 teams right next to each other in the standings. In front, and Kerber tried to make a pass there, but it's broken up. He was looking for Perrott, I believe. Kerber has the puck played by him, but Jackman deflects it over to Perrott, right circle side, and a sharp shot. Sharper save by Bobs, who came into the period with 26 saves. He's over 30 now. 2 Big Macs run into each other. That stunned Vollmer, who gets back up, but the pass goes right across and deflected wide. And now cleared down the length by the Big Macs. Pretty busy week in Class AAA. I mentioned that we're going to have some Thursday games. Canon Mac at Pine Richland, Cathedral Prep at Upper St. Clair, Mount Lebo at Seneca Valley. Bobs makes a shoulder save on the opportunity. Logan, that was Desai who took that shot. Logan kept it in. Fritz battling below the goal line, poked by Desai. And the Big Macs have an escape route. Vitodian poking it past Logan, gets into the corner with it, but then Logan pins him, cleans it up. Desai back to Logan. Costa deflects it ahead for Canon Mac. Back in front for Costa off the one-touch pass from Vitodian, but the Tigers converge and defend it well. Cross rink, O'Donohue. Fritz couldn't get it by him. Now Murphy overskates. Logan over to Fritz. To the near side, Joyson, fancy one touch. Finds his man open on the near wing for a simple shoot in. side of the net. Shot by Luciano is stopped, and Dorich couldn't collect the rebound. To the corner by Cirqua. Luciano in after it. Dorich goes to the front. Cirqua's pass deflected high into the air, glove down by Luciano. Dorich below the goal line. The Tigers content to just rag the puck a bit, kill some time. Best place to kill time, of course, is in the attacking zone, 200 feet or more from your net. Banked ahead. Luciano, drop past Cirqua one-timer, booted out by Bobs. And Bianchin skates back, but it's a perfunctory stride because it's icing. Yesterday's games in AAA, there were two. Mount Lebo beat Baldwin 4-3 at the Ice Castle. And Central Catholic picked up another win. They prevailed 6-2 at Erie Cathedral Prep. Or no, pardon me, that was at home at Alpha Ice Complex. So Central Catholic back on track after losing last week here on 10 Band TV to Peters Township. Lamarck, same place where he set up the goal a few moments ago, but this time the shot is high and wide. Lamarck again, scans his options, tried to make a pass, off a stick. Flushed in by Brendan White behind the goal. Wakauskas to White, one-timer down to a knee, but he missed. Lamarck shooting right into the glove of Bobs, and he keeps it for another face-off. North Allegheny needs one more goal to keep up that 5-goal-a-game pace. Their worst offensive output of the season came in a win, ironically. They beat PT, Peters Township, 2-1 here in week 2. Kerber right into the belly pad of Bob's save made. Kerber again on the rebound. Oh, did Bob's sprawl out to make that save? I think he may have. Jackman on hat-trick watch. Spinning back against the grain, trying to make a pass. Now he has it in his skates. O'Donohue, though, got in the way, and now it's going to be a penalty against Canon Mac, our first infraction of this third period. And I think it's against the Big Macs. They have not had a penalty since the opening minute of this game. They have not put this potent NA power play on the ice very much, but O'Donohue does this time with just 5.5 to play in regulation. Carson O'Donohue sits it out for the next 2, or at least he hopes it's the next 2. Reaching here is Evan Kerber. He's got a goal in this game. He scored the first one back in the first period. To the point in Joyson. Wakauskas creeping, shooting, and he got a lot on that, but missed the target high. He had Bobs flailing to the sky for that. Logan, one of the point men. Logan to the middle, under the stick of Kerber, and Vollmer clears for Canon Mac. The Big Macs do have a shorthanded goal this year. Rocco Musto scored it in the loss to Seneca Valley 2 weeks ago. That was the only goal of that game. Canon Mac's coming off of its biggest offensive output of the year in a 4-3 loss to Baldwin last week, but nothing so far. Kerber takes the centering pass from Joyce, and it was a good one, but he couldn't get much on it. And now Kerber in a wrestling match with Lamego. And the two are going to have to be separated. They've got each other in a bear hug for a minute. And their helmets ended up, their face masks to be specific, ended up joined together. And Kerber's having a laugh as he dons his bucket yet again. So this will improve North Allegheny to 3-1 on the road. They are perfect 3-0 at home. At home, they've been really dominant. They've outscored their opponents 17-4. Those opponents being Mount Lebo, Cathedral Prep, and Upper St. Clair last week. The NA coaching staff having a few words with the referees. Referees plural in this case. They both serve as refs and linesmen. This face-off right on goal. And Bobs keeps again. He's been a busy boy tonight. Aiden Bobs, the sophomore, gets the call here. He's faced 48 shots, including 19 now in this third period. Just giving up the one goal in this third period. Once again, as I was saying, goaltending is not the Big Mac's issue, I don't believe, at least, from what I've seen this year. I haven't seen every game, but I've seen now the majority of them. The cross-ring pass, flipped ahead by Perrott, and tossed out of the zone by Canon Mack. Down to 40 seconds to go on just the second power play of this game for North Allegheny. Carson O'Donoghue's in the box for roughing. Both Canon Mack penalties tonight, roughing. Scherer keeps it at the line. This pass too strong or too high for Desai to flag down. Final quarter of a minute on this advantage. Musto tries to pin Desai as the two 15s go nose to nose at the half wall. Desai emerges with the puck, but left it behind now. Wilson fighting for it. The power play is over. And North Allegheny, which came in with a 31% conversion rate on the advantage, is 0 for 2 tonight. Bianchin, fans on the shot. I think he was distracted there by Costa, who reached across and threatened to deflect that pass. He didn't, but it ended up doing the job regardless. Scherer bounces a shot in on Bobs. Now down to 3 minutes to go. Perrott, he's stopped by Bobs. Rebound still at his feet. And scooped up by Grayson Costa. I was starting to say there are two Costas in this game, both sophomores. Grayson Costa, number 86 in white, and Alex Costa, number 81 in black. Alex is a defenseman for North Allegheny. Pumped on goal by Cirqua off the loose puck. Bob's made the save. Cleared around, and is that icing or offside? Well, the faceoff's coming all the way back, so I believe it's icing against NA. Coming up at 9 o'clock, Peters Township, coming off 2 consecutive wins, takes on Bethel Park, which has dropped 2 in a row. Bethel Park still with a 1-point lead in the standings between the two of them. Peters Township in 8th. Bethel Park in 7th, and it's currently a 5-way tie for second. Joyson's away, down the wing, shot it off the iron. Mark Joyson, a rare pointless night so far, nearly corrected that in the final minutes. Might be his last shift of the game, most likely will be, in fact. And another penalty. I think this was committed against Joyson in the neutral zone. Max Hart, another roughing call. That's 3 penalties, 3 roughing calls against Canon Mack tonight. And the majority of these final 2 minutes will be spent shorthanded for Canon Mack unless they concede a power play goal right away, which obviously they'd rather not do. Jackman gets the call on the draw, so the Tigers still keeping some of the big guns out there. Kerber is on the ice as well. It's the number 1 power play unit for the most part. Lamarck gunning it wide. No Joyson out there, as he was just on the ice for an even strength shift. Wakauskas dished it behind the goal for Kerber. Lamarck takes it. Wakauskas tried to center, and it was broken up and cleared all the way down by Braden Phillips. .90 ticks to go in this one. NA's been in control from really the drop of the puck. They had all the puck at the start of this game. Wakauskas cross rink back in front, went behind Kerber on the deflection, and Trainer hammers it to center ice. Third power play chance for North Allegheny. Well, if Canon Mac PK can squelch this one, that'll be 20 for 20 on the season. Vitodian nudges it out to center ice, so they're a minute away from at least carrying a perfect PK record into game number 7. But the record overall in the season imperfect. And here's a penalty, and so it goes against North Allegheny. Canon Mac is now 20 for 20, killing penalties on the season as they get an early reprieve on this third NA chance, with Wakauskas committing the minor. So we end up with 3 penalties aside in this game, all minors. .50 seconds to go. Costa hacks it ahead. Now for Canon Mac, it's all about just avoiding the shutout. They haven't scored a lot this year, but they've only been blanked once by Mount Lebo, 9-0 here 3 weeks ago. Cross rink delivery, a firm one, but Cirqua eventually handles it and cradles. Logan Cirqua, shots! Glove save by Bobs. Rebound swatted away. It's a 4-on-4 situation. Luciato to the far side. A blast goes high and wide. Luciato chasing back for it. He might just backpedal to preserve what is looking like it's going to be a shutout for Andrew Long. And the first shutout of the season earned by North Allegheny. Time runs out. Tigers win 4-0 here at Printscape Arena. North Allegheny stretches its lead at top class AAA to 4 points. The Tigers are 6-1. They are 3-1 on the road and 2-0 here at Printscape this season. They beat Peters Township in week 2, and here in week 7, they get the job done against Canon Mac. Andrew Long, senior netminder, ends up with the shutout victory. He stops all 17 shots that he faces tonight. 2 goals for Ryan Jackman. Evan Kerber has a 2-point night, a goal and an assist. Actually, Jackman had an assist on the first goal. That's a 3-point night for him. Luke Wakauskas scored a beauty back in the second. And that is that from Printscape Arena as the two sides shake hands. Ken and Mac will now head to the road to Pine Richland next week as their homestand, and their 5 out of 6 here at home comes to an end as well. The Big Macs are 0-6 on the year, and they stay in 11th place. Okay, that's all for us for Game 1 on this Tuesday night on High School Hockey Night Live, presented by Massage Envy McCandless. I'm Matt Geica. Stay tuned right here on the PIHL channel on 10 Band TV. We'll have for you in just about 20 minutes' time, Peters Township against Bethel Park. Talk to you then.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Defender. Zene tries to get the forward check going. They pin it up against the near side boards. Good job by Murphy. Now a backhand play in front. What a save by Bobs on Serqua. Point blank. Serqua has it one more time. His backhand, pardon me. So I was wrong on my guess on both sides. Long gets the start for North Allegheny, and that one goes down as his first save. Turning chance score! NA, all the pressure in the world, and they get the first goal. A little more than 7 minutes in, and coughed it up. 14 seconds to go on the power play. Pass deflects out to the point, held in there. Lemego, wristing, saved by Long, hops in the air, and unable to turn that one toward goal was Gallardini. Joyson was bumped. The Tigers' leading scorer coughed up the puck, but now Joyson tries to get it back. Centered it in front, turning chance against Bobs, and he makes the save on Jake Fritz, the freshman. Very occasionally, but not too frequently in this sport. Good pass. In comes Kerber, and he's denied from the top of the crease. Evan Kerber in full flight, but Bob said no. Season long and team sponsors flashing QR codes there to help you figure things out. Jackman scores! We'll get back to the deals in a minute, but Ryan Jackman just pulls it free. On comes Kerber, inside out move, his pass drops back, Perrott, stopped by Bobs, rebound, and Bobs has that one too on Kerber's chance. Well, the pass didn't go where it was intended to go. Advantage. Goals in the first by Kerber and Jackman if you're joining us late. Joyson feeding back to Joyson on the one-time dish from Fritz, but Joyson guided it wide of the net. Off a leg, into the near corner. Gallardini for the Big Macs is hunched over. Meanwhile, we go back the other way. A chance in, and Bobs gobbles up the shot from Luciano from the left wing circle. Alex Costa, that is. We have two Costas in this game. Grayson Costa wears 86 for Canon Mac. Here's O'Donoghue, stuff try. And where is it? It's under Long somewhere, and it stays under Long, even as the Big Macs hack away. All the way back in Tigers territory. Bianchin. Cross-rink delivery picked off. Musto to the side of the net, and a stuff try by Vitodian. He's stopped by Long. Vitodian again. Tried to bank it off a skate, and did. Dylan Isbell down the wall with that. But pushed right past him, and it's a 3-on-1 for North Allegheny. Perrott didn't know he had reinforcements. He shot that in a one-on-one situation, and he was stopped by, it's right back into Tigers territory. One more time, it's Logan. Wakauskas, good move, sharp angle, he scored! Tremendous individual play. Good looking pea coat. Here comes a chance for the Tigers now. White centering, opportunity, great save on Wakauskas by Bobs. Wakauskas nearly made it a 2-spot for himself and a 4-spot standings point of the season. They need a major rally to avoid going to 0-6. Lamarck's shot squeaks through from the point. It might have been deflected. We'll take a look at it. The referee is saying that goes to number 2, Lamarck. Good looking set. Also readable. Snapper from Luciano. Bob's coughed up the rebound, and he stops that one too. On the close-up chance for Sir. Here is the aforementioned Noah Logan. Takes a loose puck at his own blue line, now skates in over the attacking line and pulls up for a forehand shot that Bobs absorbs at the top of his crease. Then Logan pins him, cleans it up, Desai back to Logan. Costa deflects it ahead for Canon Mac. Back in front for Costa off the one-touch pass from Vitodian, but the Tigers converge and defend it well. Cross flushed in by Brendan White behind the goal. Wakauskas to White. One-timer down to a knee, but he missed. Lamarck shooting right into the glove of Bobs, and he keeps it for another face-off. Bethel Park in 7th, and it's a Currently a 5-way tie for second. Joyson's away, down the wing, shot it off the iron. Mark Joyson, a rare pointless night so far. Tigers win 4-0 here at Printscape Arena. North Allegheny stretches its lead, a top-class AAA to 4 points. The Tigers are 6-1. They are 3-1 on the